Welcome to Bevy Pod. Today we have a very special guest, Rose. She is going to share her experience, strength, and hope with you today. And she knows how to find patterns. And I've always wondered, how do I find, like Tony Robbins, all these people talk about you got to change your pattern in life. And I'm like, what are they talking about? Well, you know what? Rose nails it. Watch this interview. Hello, welcome to Bevy Pod. Today we have a special guest, Rose. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from the States. I moved here in 2012
Okay.
on the first day of spring, actually. And I didn't even realize it was the first day of spring.
Your anniversary is coming up.
Yes. Oh, no, it actually just passed.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah, March 20th.
March 20th.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Thank you. And it was such, kind of just from starting from that point, that was such a moment of divine timing. Because I was going through just like a lot of stuff, a lot of healing. That was like really kind of, I had just had, I had my child about 3-4 years before we moved. And my mother-in-law had asked me at one point, would you ever consider moving to Canada? And it took me 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Wow.
Feel that, yes.
So that's how you get your answers. You listen to your body and what it tells you.
That's how I've learned what the most important or right leading answers are for myself.
Okay.
Is when that feeling comes up. And it's so strong that you can't really deny it. Right.
What is that called? Is it called your intuition?
It is like it's your intuition. It's your inner voice. It's your high, I also liken it to my highest power, my highest self. Because if I had had a chance to really like think about it, and I had never moved I'm from Ohio, so I never moved out of the state. I haven't traveled a lot of places. So, someone asks you if you want to move to a different country.
That's huge.
That's huge, right?
It's huge, right?
But that yes was so strong within me that I couldn't deny it. And I married a Canadian citizen. I met him down in Ohio.
Does that speed up your citizenship, marrying somebody that's from here?
No?
Oh, okay. Because that's sort of misleading. A lot of people go, if I marry a Canadian or I marry someone from the U.S., maybe I'll get there faster. The paperwork will go so fast, right?
I don't think it just puts you in a different class of processing. I don't think it necessarily makes it faster.
Okay.
But I think when you have that, it does make it. Well, no, I can't even say that makes it easier because I don't know what it's like from
the other perspective. Yeah, true.
So I just felt really thankful that all of those things lined up in just that right time for me to make this move, move our family here to where that was really when I could really start to begin healing.
Okay. So you must have had different events that happened in, where you used to live in the U.S.
Sure.
And then you came to Canada and you listened to your intuition. And that's also when your healing process started?
That's when I feel it really, like you turn that corner in your healing. Because at times, like you can have this awareness of, this doesn't feel right. This hurts. I keep doing these same things over and over.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like,
I do too.
Yeah. But there's a certain point.
Over and over.
Yeah. And those patterns hurt, right? Like it can be incredible.
Yeah.
So like moving here was the break in the pattern that I needed to be able to see myself differently from where I had come from.
It's really interesting because as I told you, I'm doing renovations right now. So I was moving stuff, deciding what I'm going to throw out, what I'm going to keep. And I found a diary from 2019. In that diary, and then it's just Easter just passed. So I was looking and I made a decision this year that Easter, I was going to stay home and just be with my dogs and just be with me and do what I want to do and not to go to family events or friends events or whatever. So when I'm reading, I was also grieving about a certain person in my life that's a narcissist, that in the past, whenever I went to their house on Easter, they would, I'd always be mistreated.
Yeah.
So I said, I think I made a good decision not going to that visiting that person as well this Easter. So I'm looking at my diary and it's saying that Beverly, you spent $500 on going to these people's house on Easter, buying gifts for them just to feel a part of, to feel loved. And, you know, even if I didn't have the money, I was trying to get accepted, to being brought in. And I said, this year you made a great decision. And I felt so much pain in the beginning of being home by myself. And then when I read the diary, I was like, wow, you know what, Beverly? It all lifted because I go, look at this from 2019 to 2026. Look what you've been doing to yourself. Look how you've been punishing yourself every year. It's got to stop. And all of a sudden it lifted. And I said, oh, I called my friends and I go, I'm so glad I didn't throw out my diaries. I was going to throw them all out. But then to see how far you come. And now I feel empowered. I feel like, wow, I love you, Beverly. And you made a wonderful choice. You made a great choice, right?
Yeah. And we were just, that's kind of in line what we were just talking about too, is when we kind of get a chance to redo certain things
in our life
that show us how far we've come in our life.
Right. Yeah.
Like this was the year that you took that step.
Yes.
And got to rewrite that a little bit. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Then,
I feel really good about that. Yeah. Okay. So, your healing process, how did that go in Canada? Did you get your own place or did you live with your family?
So he does have family that still lives here and we stayed with them for a couple of months.
Right.
And then we did get our own place.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first few years, it was survival mode. It was kind of like this purging of, you know, everything that, you know, we take ourselves everywhere we go, right?
Oh my gosh.
Like I couldn't move from that environment and not expect, you know, that I'm taking a lot of baggage with stuff.
Internal and external.
Right? A whole U-Haul. An emotional U-Haul.
And a physical U-Haul. Yeah. Oh no, I get it, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to carry on taking those things with you, right?
Oh, yes.
Just from doing these renovations, I realized that I have too much.
Yeah.
Right? And I have to allow a vacuum into your life, to allow more stuff. You've got to donate. You've got to give that stuff away, right?
So space.
I got stuff to give away, guys. Well, so far I got 2 gigantic boxes of donations. And one thing I always like to say is that, you know, the animal clinics around here, they will always take towels, blankets, sheets that don't have the corners, like the bottom fitted sheets, because their paws can get stuck on it. So donate. Our animals need that. Yeah.
And it's such a great way to take things that you can't use anymore and help others with it. And we do that with our pain too.
Yes.
When it has served its purpose, we do.
How do we do that?
Because when we learn something that previously hurt us, then we can, we recognize it in other people when it's happening to them or for them. But we can come into those conversations where we talk about our experience and you don't know who it's going to help.
Right.
So we share that, you know, that pain no longer serves us. We've done what we could with it. And we donate what we can of that as wisdom, as support, as insight, or even just as a listening ear.
Yeah.
That's what that helps us to kind of.
Maybe that's why God gave me so much pain in my life. Thank you, God. I really appreciate it. I've always had to like climb out of things and it's been so painful. And so now I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's almost the cornerstone of my own healing and what I help teach others is, you know, what has it done for us? I strongly believe that nothing happens to us.
It happens for us, not to us.
And that can be a lot
heavy. That's very
heavy. It is heavy. It can be a lot to wrap your mind around. And that can be tricky to say to someone who holds a lot of trauma and pain, and as I have done. But it's also one of the most empowering things that you can tell yourself, because it allows you to take those experiences and again, rewrite them for yourself, to own them for yourself, because it's not about it's not about the other person, that if another person was involved.
Right.
It is, because your healing is all about you. It's not about them. So I have made a point in my healing to make that distinction, that nothing happens to me, it happens for me.
It happens for me, yeah.
And that doesn't mean I don't spend some time in that place. Why? Like
you have to grieve, feel all the feelings.
Absolutely.
It's almost like Bernardo Funeral Home. First, I had my dad die, and then my grandma died. Then my mom died, and then my boyfriend died. And by going to the funeral home, had these special classes where they took us through all the emotions and all the feelings of the loss and death. And you're in groups, and you felt like everybody else shared what they were going through. I found it so healing. One of my friends go, "Oh, that's so simple. Like, why are you doing this? Feeling anger and stuff. That's stupid. Why don't you throw that away?" I didn't listen to anybody. I did what I needed to do for me. And I was able to finally, when I did everything that they said to do, the pain lifted. And I was able to feel like my family members love me. They cared for me. And I'll never forget the last time I was with my mom, right? My mom was a minister in Guatemala. And we were sitting at the kitchen table, and we're having a big family event. And I don't know why, but she said to me, "You know, Beverly, isn't it interesting that you and I have healed through everything?" And she said, "Basically, we have nothing. We're clean." And I thought, wow, like I did not know that was going to be our last conversation. And she goes, "Isn't that interesting?" Because I was rebellious. I went down a different path. I was angry at my mom. She did things and I did things. And I kept going to her and saying, "Mom, I'm hurting about this. Mom, this happened. And why did you do this?" And then she goes, "Why are you bringing up the past? Stop bringing up the past." But I kept bringing it up. And we talked about it. And we reached a level that we were clear and we healed through everything.
That's beautiful.
But then she left. I miss her so much.
Yes. So many people don't get that opportunity.
I know.
To have to
don't wait.
But also sometimes you can't. Like learning how to heal without the apology is one of the hardest things we have.
Is that possible?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Because again, your healing isn't about that.
Right. It happens for you.
Right. Okay. Right. So that forgiveness, it can happen. I can forgive someone and they don't even have to know that I have forgiven them.
Okay.
I can forgive someone and they don't have the same place in my life as before.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I will have stronger boundaries. I will be able to say, like I can forgive, but it doesn't change the sequence of events that brought the experience to both of us. And I can forgive and do my own healing and learning, but I cannot learn and heal for another person.
Right. Yes.
So I forgive.
And you can't change another person.
Right. Exactly.
Our tribe law.
Yeah. Same.
Never worked for me.
That energy is so much better spent
on ourselves. Right. And then when we grow and learn, just like me looking at my diary, we can make better, healthier choices for ourselves and love ourselves. Well, for me, I'm an empath and I'm a giver.
Yeah.
Right. So being that, a lot of people can take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And you can fall into a lot of different traps like I have. But then after you've fallen in so many times and you learn your lesson, you don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden people go, "Oh, something's changed about her. Like, what's wrong with her? Like, how come she's, like being all love and all this and that, but they can't get to me." It's almost like an onion. I won't allow them to peel my onion.
Yeah.
Right? Because I am not going to cry for you.
Well, they hold a version of you that no longer exists.
It doesn't exist because we grow and we grow and we grow.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's why some people get mad over the change, just because they're holding that version of that old version of you, the one that they benefited from.
Right.
Right.
Oh,
And now that they
man.
can't benefit from that, then
They have no need for you.
well, then you're the problem. If they haven't done that self-reflection on why you've changed, then that's all projection outwards. Right. So then you're the problem. You're the one that's changed. You're the one that changed the dynamic. And that's true. And good for you. Right.
Yes.
Because again, that all that really does is forces that reflection back onto them. And you don't have to be a part of that.
I don't. And I'm learning that too. You know, I've had to step away from a friend that was always participating in gossip, running down this other person. So what I thought that instead of just running away and not visiting that person or being a part of that person's life, that I would just set boundaries and still be in the friendship because I care about her. Right. So I said, well, I don't want to participate in this. I see this differently. And, you know, the Bible said this, you know, those who cast the first stone, make sure that, you know, like you haven't done anything wrong. And so I still haven't been able to get through to my friend, but I find that our relationship, we used to be really close for years, and now slowly we're drifting apart. And I guess that's why, right? Because I don't want to be a part of that. And we have nothing to talk about if she can't talk about other people to me, right?
Right.
I'm like, is that all we talked about? Like, it's just weird. I'm like waking up, I'm going, okay, well, what is there else to, how come other friends I can just talk about things? Then I have another girlfriend. I was with her yesterday in the car, and I was feeling kind of sad and down. She goes, you know, what's wrong there? And then I blurted all this stuff on her, and she like took it all. And I couldn't believe how positive she was. And she was, and then all of a sudden I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, Beverly, you are blurting out all your stuff, and she's so positive. That's usually you. What's going on with you? What's going on? And she never said anything. She was loving, caring. And I almost felt like I should apologize to her for what I just did. I said, I'm sorry I blurted out all this stuff. She goes, oh, no, that's okay. People have to dump sometime, and that's fine. I hope you're okay. I love you, da, da, da. But afterwards I go, wow, how did I fall? Like, I'm always thinking I'm up here. How did I fall yesterday to here? So quickly.
That's because it's a law of attraction thing.
Okay.
Okay. So with your other friend, you had raised your vibration to a place where you were recognizing where the gossip did not feel good.
Right.
And you're wanting to be up here.
Yeah.
She's down here.
Yeah.
So you are up here. You gave her the option to join you.
Right.
But she can't. She has to do her own work.
Yeah.
So you're here, and the people that you're with now are here with you.
Right.
So it doesn't matter how low that you might drop for even just those few minutes. The higher part of you is still matching with the higher part of your friend, so that she can remind you of this is where you are. Right. Because it's so natural for us to revisit these places.
Oh, yeah. It's easy to revisit pain.
Oh, it's a 24/7 convenience store that we can access anytime. But when we're surrounded by the people that are really reflective of who we are now, then they truly help us they call us back up. Right. So you in that moment, you just had to express what it was that was going through you, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
And so, but you had that friend who could reflect those higher parts back to you and call you back up.
Yeah.
That's law of attraction right there. That's
I never even thought that would be law of attraction, but I was really grateful just to be in her presence. And I just didn't even know that she was that high. Right. And now we started taking line dancing together. Right. So I said, well, like years ago I went and I dropped out. I wasn't very good at it. She goes, no. And then she said, you know, I'm going to come over and teach you. So I felt like I was behind the whole class. Maybe I'm going to drop out again. And she said, no, Bev. And she came over late last night. She took like an hour out of her time to go through the steps very, very slowly, right? And I thought, Wow, like she really is a really good, genuine friend. I am so lucky to have her.
But think about that reflection too. Like you were just saying how you had to limit your Easter interactions because you were recognizing where you overgive.
Yes.
But now you are connecting with people who give back to you.
Oh, right?
Because of that healing that you've done. Like that's, again, that's law of attraction. That is you, like those parts of each other resonating, and then you're receiving the benefit of that.
Wow. So that's why the universe is giving back to me now.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, you're more open to it. You're more recognizing your own worth and what, and the authenticity in which you give.
Right. Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
So
because I'm a giver.
Yeah.
And I don't usually receive. I'm usually just give.
In the past.
I love that. In the past.
But today.
So now, today, I'm a receiver. I want to stay a receiver. I love it. It's so much fun.
Yes. It's delicious.
Yeah, it's delicious. Oh, thank you, God. I just want to receive so much.
So we're meant to.
Yes. Okay. Oh, I love that. Well, thank you for sharing that with me.
Absolutely.
So you came to Canada.
Yes.
And you brought your husband,
and
daughter. And so after you had all these challenges and you overcame them and you got to where you are now, what do you do now? Like, what's your profession?
Well, right now I've done quite a bit of things in the time that I've been here. So, and I'll just go back just real quickly, like 2014 when I walked into a meditation group at the library.
Oh, okay.
And the woman who was leading that, Zara Mahoon, she became a mentor and dear friend of mine.
Mentor.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Good.
And she's the one that, taught meditation in a way that it could be used in your life. Like, a lot of times when we meditate, it's, we want to feel that relaxation. We want to get to a place where we haven't been before. But she taught meditation as a way to, enhance your mindfulness and psychological flexibility and really kind of know where your thoughts are at any time.
So it took you to a higher level.
Yes. To where you can use your thoughts and emotions to raise your vibration, to feel better, to influence how you want to feel. Once I got that down, and it was such, she did a 2-minute exercise with me that absolutely changed my life. Truly. And then, it was in that same year that I connected with a Reiki coach. And I did my Reiki levels.
Okay.
And then 2016, I started volunteering places, Hearth Place, to do Reiki, which was a transformative experience just in the people that I got to meet.
So Reiki is something that helps you to heal your internal?
It is an energy medicine practice. So it kind of is very holistic, and it's a whole system healing because it's your body, it's your mind, it's your spirit.
Okay.
All of those levels and really trying to take what has happened in your, with your physical self and again, connecting it to all of those bigger pieces. Why we might experience things, right? And like what it's taught us, the strengths that it gives us. And through that, then you're also able to heal with your physical body because all of our thoughts have that chemical reaction. So if we're always thinking stressful or traumatic thoughts, it shows up in the body somewhere. With Reiki, when you can heal those thoughts, you can heal those feelings, then it also has those chemical reactions in the body that removes those blockages. It helps the energy flow better.
Throat, I used to have a lot of throat problems. And I realized later on, sort of like what you said, that the energy block was there because I never spoke what I needed to speak out. I kept it inside. I didn't think that I was worthy enough to speak my truth, right? And because of that, I developed thyroid problems. And that was always because everything was stuck. And I lived in my own little magical world where that was safe not to speak at all, right? Being quiet, shy, and how to come out of that, right? Or I'd be in a safe environment and I could be an extrovert once in a while, but basically it was always, most of the time I love being alone. I like being in my own little magical world because that was safe, right? So learning how to come out into the world and being able to socialize with people and talk to people and learning, it was a process. For me, it was a process.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think that's when we talk about a healing journey, that's really kind of what that encapsulates. And the dark nights of the soul and, you know, just kind of all of those things that all humans go through in our spiritual processing. So Reiki kind of helps to tie or connect those dots and connect ourselves with that greater life force. Because when I do a Reiki session with somebody, I feel fantastic afterwards.
You feel good. You get something out of it.
I feel so good because it's not my energy going into a person. I am tapping into, because I have the awareness of that universal life force that flows through everything.
And you're going in and stopping the blocks. Are you doing that? Or
no, it's for me, what I do is I found my most effective practice is to be as open and clear as possible.
Okay.
I do not look for blocks. To me, and my mantra is Reiki flows to, Reiki flows through.
Okay.
And then it is, as my hands are above or on a person, I can feel that heat. I can feel the warmth. I'm aware of variations in the body, like any vibrations or tremors, or if they shift, but I'm not looking for problems.
Okay.
I'm just more focused on tapping into that flow of energy so that it can do the things that it needs to do in the body
on its own,
because we don't control that flow. We don't control universal life force, right? All we can do is be open to it, allow it to flow through, allow anything to leave that's going to leave, and then allow ourselves to fill that space with the feelings and the thoughts and the beliefs that.
So when you're tapping into it and these things can leave on their own, how does it go? How do you do that? Like, what is it really doing? Like, you said it's not removing blocks, but you're helping it to flow?
So when in that space, a person can be as relaxed as they have probably been in a long time. Right?
Oh, that would very help them.
Yes. So it's having that kind of freedom to relax and to feel a little bit more peace and inner calm.
Okay.
And we know that when we are feeling that way, solutions can come to us a little bit easier.
Oh, that is so true.
If we are
a lot of answers come to me when I'm at the beach or I'm just about to go to sleep and I'm like, oh man, I got this brilliant idea. I don't want to get up and write it down, but I have to.
I mean, in those spaces when we can, when our energy is flowing a little bit better, answers come to us quicker.
Okay.
And I guess in that space, our a little bit of that stress and that tension can leave in that hour, right?
So it's really bad for you, right? Stress, tension.
Oh.
And you can't really focus or come up with the answers with that. So
it just makes it harder. It makes it a lot harder. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been taught as a society to chew on a problem until we figure it out. Right? Like, we got to think about this. I got to figure this out. I can't think about nothing else until this is solved. Like, have that mindset.
Oh yeah, I get that sometimes.
Yeah. And so we do figure things out eventually, but it just makes it harder.
It makes it harder.
We're worried and stressed all the way there.
Yes. Yeah.
But if we can give ourselves permission to let that go a little bit, to allow ourselves to relax, to not feel the survival threat from it, then we still come to that solution, but we get there a heck of a lot
faster. Okay. Wow. That sounds good. That sounds great. Okay.
So I did the Reiki. I did my Reiki certifications.
Yeah.
I did some work in the community, just as like an independent contractor. And then I was volunteering with a mental health program, and I got hired in with a nonprofit there. And
that must have been really nice working with a nonprofit. That would be beautiful.
Yeah.
Because here you were giving already, and now you're with a nonprofit that's giving. right?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, and I spent quite a few years there, creating doing mental health support groups and workshops and meeting the community, which that was the absolute best part of my work anywhere, is meeting people and being able to talk to people about their stories and what how life has shaped them and what they know from it. And then just through those kind of twists and turns of life, you change jobs, you do other things. And right now I'm focusing more, back more on my Reiki practice and my coaching. I'm a law of attraction coach.
Oh, that's why you're talking about law of attraction, right? Wow. Yeah. So what about people that want to attract a lot of money and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Is that like some people go, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't want that because that's materialistic, right? But you're kind of shaking your head. So
everybody wants.
Yeah.
It's
financial
okay.
independence, right?
Yes, it's okay to want things. Like, we're here to create and to live a very delicious and joyful life.
I love that word, delicious.
I know, because it gives us that tactile, satisfaction feeling. And that's what we're here. Nobody was ever born to just, grab a job and pay bills.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Not one of us said, I'm going to go into this life and I'm going to do this for somebody else, and they're going to give me a little bit of money, and I'm going to fight to survive. And nobody says that, actually. Right? Yeah. We all come into our experience with our highest ideals and our highest purpose and a wanting for all of these things that make life joyful and worth the experience.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And we spend almost our whole lives getting back to that feeling of wanting to create and wanting to receive and wanting to build. But it's so okay to want that monetary experience, to feel that financial relief. Like, it's so okay. There's I kind of have this belief that everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Money, sex, drugs, like anything can be led to that spiritual experience.
Some things are wrong though, because if you do something, you said sex, right? So some things you're not supposed to do. Like if you're married and, there's still boundaries in life that you don't want to cross, right? Is that right? Or do you have more of the hippie sort of it's okay?
I would say that it's that I honor what makes sense to the individual and how they uphold that for themselves. If people are led on their path through these other experiences, it's not in my heart to judge it as wrong, because people do the best that they can
with what they
have and where they're at.
Okay.
So I start there. And then, we if I'm working with someone on these experiences or these issues, we kind of just go back to what it is that person is really needing and what they thought they could find with where they were. So, it can be a little bit of, it can be easy to say that, certain things are right and certain things are wrong as a Pisces who kind of embraces all of life. I have a hard time saying that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And, so I'll give you an example. My boyfriend of 18 years, I hired a beautiful blonde. And yeah, no, that's an example, right?
Yes.
So after 18 years of, loving, dedication, raising his kids, everything, he decided that, he wanted to go down a different path, but he still wanted to have his cake and eat it too.
Right.
And my intuition and everything I listened to, and I started to find out that, it was revealed to me that this was going on. So instead of confronting him, what I did is I just continued to, I'm almost like an investigator. I kept all the evidence, let's just say, and I just kept reviewing it. And I only shared with one girlfriend at the time, Sherry, and my brother, what was going on. And I didn't confront him. And they're like, Beverly, maybe it's time to confront him, talk about it. And I go, no, I'm not ready yet. because my mom, that was a minister in Guatemala, had died at the same time.
Oh,
and now all of a sudden my boyfriend was, my whole life was falling apart. I was like, oh my
and isn't it amazing when those types of experiences pile on top of one another?
Right at the same time? Yeah, it's so heavy.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was Valentine's Day, and I gave him a card that I found from years ago. And I said, Ron, I truly love you. Like, I really love you. Here's a card. And I decided at that moment, I was going to look into his eyes. And if I saw love, I was going to work it out.
Yeah.
But if I didn't, if he put his head down, I knew that was a no. So when I gave him the card and I said, I love you, I truly love you, he went down. So I went home that night and I was sleeping on the couch with my little dog, Dusty. And I said, it's done. It's just done. I will not be able to repair this. And so he all of a sudden he woke up at 3:00 in the morning. He said, Beverly, you get in this bedroom. You're my wife. You should be here. What are you sleeping on the couch? Why you keep doing? And I go, well, I'm grieving. He goes, what are you grieving? I'm grieving the loss of my mom and the loss of you. Right. And he said, what do you mean the loss of me? And then he denied everything. But anyway, we had this little battle and I decided to leave.
Yeah.
And so little Dusty and I left. And a couple months later, he found us and we started talking. And I said, well, I don't want you back, but he wanted to commit suicide. So I said, well, I don't want his blood on my hands. So what we did is we started talking, we became friends, and we both healed through everything that happened. And I said, you just decided that you like to have 5 girlfriends. And I'm the kind of person I want to have one man. So, I love you unconditionally and I'm going to let you go. And so for the next 8 years, we were like the best of friends. And I learned so much by not being angry, by lifting it, right?
Yeah.
And everybody goes, how can you guys be like such good friends? And I said, well, I've learned so much from this experience. I've learned that, my bad behaviors, his bad behavior, like it was a mix of both and different circumstances and how he understood things, how I understood things. Like it was just totally different. And he also educated me a lot on how men think.
Yeah.
Right?
I bet.
And it's different than women, right? Yeah. So I was really grateful. And then the last day that we saw each other, he came to my house with one of his girlfriends. And then he happened to die in a car crash 6 hours later, right?
Yes.
But I was grateful for the experience of healing with him, experiencing a different kind of love, an unconditional friendship love without benefits.
Yes.
And we were like besties, right? So the loss for me was so great because, I loved him as a partner. I loved him as a friend. And I cherished him. And to this day, I have unconditional love for him. And I'm so glad that I healed instead of being that person angry.
Yeah.
Oh, how could you do this?
And you were so guided on how to do that because like you said, your friends are like, no, you should confront and do this.
Yes.
But you were guided.
Yes, I was.
To do it in this way, and it led to that.
Yeah.
And again, I'm seeing that pattern of you recognizing where you feel your value and your worth, and you're saying, no, this is who I am, and this is what I want.
Wow.
And if that's not what you're able to give me, then we will part ways. And you were strong enough to do that.
Takes a while sometimes.
but everything happens in its own.
Wow, but you just saw a pattern. That's amazing.
Yes.
You are really good. Yeah.
Well, that's where my love of astrology really kind of comes in. I was 11 years old when my dad walked into the kitchen and talking about his horoscope. And I felt this buzzing at the top of my head, like this warmth buzzing. And I was like, I need to learn more about that. So I spent my whole teenage years learning about astrology and energy and even diving into a little bit of Reiki at that time, but I wasn't in the place where I could do anything with it. But astrology is all about pattern recognition. It's taking
I don't know anything about that.
Oh.
All I know is that I'm a Taurus because I was born in May, and that's all I know.
Yeah.
But how would something like that, knowing that, help you in your life?
Because once we're aware of patterns, like our
Okay.
awareness presents something so incredibly valuable to us, and that's choice. When we're
Choice, yeah.
aware, then we're aware of a choice presented to us.
Okay.
So when I teach meditation, it's, we do our practice of the meditation, but I'm also encouraging, just be aware of where your thoughts are at any time. Because when your thoughts are outside of the meditative space, you have the choice to bring them back. A lot of times we get so overwhelmed by our thoughts that we feel powerless, we feel helpless, we feel they're going too fast, that we can't control them. But when we practice something like meditation or mindfulness, then we learn that there are natural spaces and gaps between our thoughts. We learn that we can slow them down. We learn that with awareness comes the choice in what direction that we want to think in.
Okay.
And that makes all the difference with what we are attracting into our lives. So you're aware with your previous friend, you were aware that negativity, that gossiping, those thoughts were taking you down.
It was, yeah.
But that awareness allowed you the choice of saying, you know what, I want to change the environment. I want to change the conversation.
Right.
And that change of thought and direction took you higher, which brought you those experiences where someone was able to reflect that back to you.
Wow, I feel like I'm having a therapy session, which is good. I'm open.
That is the vibe I bring to the function.
Wow. Wow, that's great. Yeah, you know what? Maybe you guys got to go see her. You're really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, like you just made me aware of my pattern, right?
I truly love being able to talk to people.
Yeah.
Because we're so often, again, we're so stuck in our thoughts and we can feel so badly about ourselves.
Oh, yes.
By virtue of what we're thinking.
Yeah.
And I don't see that at all. I never see what other people would say makes a person bad, or what that person themselves would say makes them bad. I see the pattern of experiences or thoughts or feelings that led to this moment or those moments. And I say, hold on, let's untie this and let's really think about it, because there's a difference between taking responsibility and blaming ourselves.
Yes. Oh, I used to be so good at blaming myself for, like my whole life, I always suffered through anxiety.
Yeah.
Because when I was 5 years old, my mom started shaking me.
Yeah.
And she shook me because my dad was out late, and she thought that, okay, wake up, like, be happy. Your dad's coming. Oh yeah, I'm happy. Right. Yeah. And then she gave me an alarm clock because you can let Ginger in, Will. Yeah. I mean, Ginger, she's part of this podcast and we shut the door on her. We need to apologize to Ginger. We're really sorry.
Ginger has a value.
Ginger, you're part of this podcast. Mommy's really sorry. Come here. Yes, I'm sorry, honey. I know. Thank you. Thank you for the kisses. Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you. You're in love. You're such a good baby. Yes. Oh, now we got the other one. Oh, well. Okay, we better, Ginger, you got to go see Pee-wee. Yes, you do. Okay. So where were we?
When your mother was waking you up to...
Oh, okay. So she gave me an alarm clock. So I would set the alarm clock for 3:00 in the morning. And that was so that I would have like 3 or 4 hours before kindergarten to get myself hyped up that I'd be able to just go out into the world.
Wow.
I had to calm myself and it would take me hours. And as I went into grade 1, I would go from the alarm clock from 4 to 5 hours to like 2 hours. It would only take me like 1 hour then to get myself prepared for grade 1. But I always think like, well, now I think like, why did everybody just give me an alarm clock and leave me by myself? But maybe that was a good thing because that made me stronger, right? Yeah.
We can take any of those experiences and, we can certainly honor what hurt about it, because that is just as valid, it was just as real. But looking in that hindsight of what that the kind of strengths it might have provided you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you grow up in a chaotic home or you kind of have a childhood that's not safe, you like, as I did, I can certainly talk about how that hurt, and I can talk about, the dynamics of that, but I can also talk about how strong that made me.
That's right.
I can
And it
talk
did make me
about,
stronger.
oh yes,
Yeah.
I can talk
Yeah.
about how independent I am. I can talk about how
Right.
I'm not necessarily, I'm
You're
not,
focusing on the
yeah,
positive part of it,
I'm
right?
not super scared of change.
Right.
I can embrace change. I
Yeah.
might resist it a little bit, of
Right.
course, but
Yeah.
I feel like I can be put anywhere and I can take care of myself.
Yes.
And that's something that I truly treasure. Like,
Oh, that's
something
great.
that I've learned.
Beautiful.
So it helps me to, again, make that bridge between the healing, the hurt and the healing, the wound and the wisdom. Right.
Mhm.
There's a bridge of our
Yeah.
experiences that
Yeah.
take us from one end of that spectrum to the other.
Mm.
Like,
Yes. Yeah.
my baby.
And Ginger, when I got Ginger, she was a rescue. She was
Wow.
thrown down the stairs by a drunk woman in Oshawa, and she was brought to me about 4 o'clock in the morning,
Wow.
all beaten up and bloody. And I had Dusty at the time. And then Ginger always wanted to lay in the bed with me and stuff, but Dusty would go, no, 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 no. So it took them a long time to get used to each other. But she's always been a very loving, caring, nurturing baby.
Yes.
Well, she's you.
And you can tell just meeting the two dogs for the first time. She is the more gentle. Like,
oh yeah, she's the mommy.
Yeah.
Pee-wee's kind of rough. Right?
Oh, bless
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. So how do you feel about animals too for this kind of healing? Like,
Oh my God.
I mean, like there people, you said, like we talked about humans, but does this work, some of this stuff for animals too, do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Animals
Okay.
have their own point of attraction.
Okay.
So again, when I say things don't happen to us, they happen for us.
Yeah.
It applies to our animals too.
Oh, so Ginger was brought to me for a reason.
Absolutely.
She helped me heal.
Absolutely. And even that experience with that woman, as vile as it is.
Yeah.
That experience again brought her to you.
Right.
To a much better life, more love.
She has lots of love.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But animals have that own point of attraction
Mm-hmm.
that here's where she was.
Did you choose me?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I love you.
Long before either of you were here, that choice was made.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh,
Wow.
yes.
Yeah.
Because I feel that way with our human relationships too. Like you meet someone and it's like, oh, I feel like I've met this person before, or there's
Deja vu.
Yeah.
What's deja vu? What is that?
It is the sense that you have lived something before. Like you're repeating an experience.
Okay.
So it can be something literal, like something like I'm in this environment and I feel like I've lived this exact experience before. Or it can just be like a resemblance of the experience, right? But you get that feeling, that sense of I've been in this place before.
Yeah, it's really weird when I get that sometimes.
Yeah.
And I get it sometimes with numbers. If I see numbers on a door, I'm like, I was at this hotel once in British Columbia and it said 254. And I'm like, just kept stick like, what is this room? Like, it's almost like I've seen this room before and I don't know where that comes from.
It can be, I mean, it's, oh my gosh, we have so much in our heads and our mind space.
Yeah.
Everything that we've ever seen and thought about and heard, it's up there somewhere, right? And that is present life and that's past life. I would say anything that calls to you. I say that not everything is a sign or a symbol, but anything could be, right?
Yeah.
So, and especially with numbers, my brain adds them up. No matter what, if I'm looking at a set of numbers or looking at a string of numbers, I add them up almost immediately.
So 254 is 11. Yeah.
Which is
you know what's really weird? Is 11. There was this thing that I did online the other day to find out what your number is in life.
Yeah.
And my number is 11. And Oh, whoa.
6 and 11 is it's a spiritual, it's a master number in numerology.
Okay.
So it gives your experiences just a little bit more weight of meaning and purpose for yourself. Again, it doesn't have to mean anything to anybody else.
Right.
It's what's the meaning that you attribute to these things. Because we kind of build our own encyclopedia of symbols that mean something to us. Like when we see feathers or pennies on the ground.
For me, it's butterflies.
Or butterflies.
Yes.
Cardinals, right?
I was actually walking with my girlfriend down the street, and we were returning bikes because I dated a guy that was a little bit loopy. So he left his bikes. So he left his bikes here. So I said to my girlfriend, let's take his bikes. I don't want him to leave stuff here because I'm not feeling that I want to go out with this guy. And he left his bikes here. And I thought that was so strange. So I said, let's take the bikes back. So I took the bikes back, and I'm talking to Donna. I go, I wonder if like what I did, if maybe I didn't give him enough of a chance or this or that. And she says, no, darling, you did the right thing. She's another good friend, Donna. And so, anyway, I'm coming down the street, and all of a sudden there's a butterfly. So for some reason, I just went and I reached for the butterfly, and the butterfly was in my hand, and I walked with the butterfly. I put the butterfly down. The butterfly went ahead of me. I picked it up 3 times.
Oh.
And she goes, can I do that? And I said, I don't think so. I think I'm the only one that can do it right now. And I was. She tried, and then the butterfly left.
Yeah.
But the butterfly walked down a block with me.
Yeah.
And I knew that was the right thing that I took the bikes back.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a sign.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And again, that's something that spoke to you.
Yeah.
And when we're feeling in that higher place in our vibration, and we're not down here with worry, with anger or frustration, and we're up here with peace and ease, we get those signs.
Yeah.
We can connect those dots and the meaning of what it can mean to us. It's not going to mean anything to your friend.
No.
But to you, it was, oh, this feels right. This is my sign.
And I knew that I was the person that could lift up that butterfly.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it was beautiful.
I love that story.
Yeah. You know what? When I think of all the things I've been through, I got to like really give God and my angels and, the universe, like be so thankful because I've been protected so many times in my life. I'll just give you one more example. I was at this retreat, and it was like a bunch of women, and we were like, I can't remember what it was. It was years ago. And we were there for the weekend, and we were talking, and we were doing like some kind of healing thing at the time. And so I decided to wander off by myself because I felt anxious being around all these women in an enclosed area. And I'm like, I got to go for a walk. So I went for a walk, and I found this gigantic gymnasium. So I said, oh, I'm just going to walk around. I didn't know I was in there, and I was like, okay. Oh, Beverly, it's okay. You got to get rid of this anxiety, this feeling that you're feeling. And you got to calm yourself, and you got to go back into with all those women. I thought, oh my gosh, I can do it. Just scary, right? Oh man, God help me. And I'm praying and everything. And all of a sudden, this huge, good looking bodybuilder walks in and shuts the door, like puts a bolt down. And so anyway, I start backing up, and he starts coming forward, but he's not saying anything to me.
Yeah.
He's just walking towards me. And I keep stepping back, and I'm like, I think I'm in a very dangerous situation right now. So, the thing where you throw the ball, the basketball net, I was right at the wall of there. And when I hit there, I went, God, like that. And you know what? Somehow, supernaturally, I didn't touch him, but his body went flying back in a sitting position, and I got up and left.
Yeah.
So to me, that meant that someone, God, angels, that like they're really looking after me.
Sure.
Like really looking after me.
I had a kind of a similar experience. It was when I first moved here, and I was walking on the trails. And I don't live very far from you. So I started walking on the trails in the South End.
Oh, yeah.
And so I made it to Midtown
Mall. Yeah.
And I started walking back. And a younger guy, he had a red backpack, and he started walking like beside me, and he'd get like, kind of close to me.
Uh-oh.
And so I sat down and he walked ahead. And then I started walking and he had waited up ahead.
Uh-oh.
And I passed him and he's following me again. And then we kind of did that a little bit. All right, stop. He'd pass. And then like he was walking in front of me and he was quite a bit taller than me. I'm 5'1", so everybody's quite a bit taller.
Yeah.
But he was walking in front of me and he turned and like he's standing like right in front of me. And I said, and I looked right at him and I said, you need to turn around and you need to walk back the other way. And I felt 7 feet tall. I felt like, and he did take a step back and he turned around and he walked more ahead of me. And then, he had sat like he waited up like ahead. And when I passed him that last time, there was the out to Simcoe.
Wow, good.
And because he had started following me again after I passed him.
Yeah.
And then there was a tunnel. Like, so there was a tunnel.
Oh, I know the area you're talking about.
Tunnel here.
Yeah.
All
the homeless people live down there under the tunnel. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially now, but it wasn't
like that back then.
Yeah. So I absolutely have felt many times in my life, like that kind of presence that you might not be able to see, they might not be able to physically see, but they are aware. They are aware that
it's a vibration, it's an energy, it's a protection.
Absolutely. Because I felt 7 feet tall, and I'm just like, I just looked right at him, and I said,
you had the strength, and you had the confidence, and you had the protection. Wow, that's beautiful.
And I've had that experience where I might have felt threatened, or I felt, and it's almost like they look like above my head or something, and they stop.
Yeah.
So as a Pisces too, like I feel like that kind of divine sense of protection almost anywhere that I go. And that doesn't mean that I don't feel fear. I don't get myself in situations where you're like, okay, like, is this safe? But at the same time, again, nothing happens to me. Everything happens for me.
Yeah.
So I have that pocket of perception where, everything works out.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow. It just seems like you're being protected. And do you think like everybody has that protection that they can call on?
Absolutely.
How would they do that? Like some people are in a really dark place and they're like, I don't think there's any way out for me. I just feel sad. I feel depressed. I might be in my apartment smoking and drinking, or maybe even doing drugs or just going to the casino all the time. And I just feel like my whole life has just gone down the tube. What kind of advice would you give that person? How could they bring themselves out of whatever addiction or whatever that they're going through so that they don't have to feel hopeless?
Well, I would hope to get a little bit of time to hear their story, hear exactly what it is that, the experiences and the events that have placed this belief system in their head. And then to offer that perspective, especially of addiction, of what addiction truly means in the body.
Does that just mean that there's some kind of pain that just needs to be healed? There's a reason why you're trying to cover it up. It's something so deep and hurtful that you need to dive into it, not be afraid, but get into that.
Addiction is our evolutionary impulse to feel connected and to feel love. So when you think about all the things that addiction, any of the substances people are addicted to, people are addicted to other people are addicted to their own emotions.
Oh, I used to be addicted to my pain.
Yes,
I think so.
But it's all in that impulse to feel better, to feel connection, to feel love. So that's everything that addiction teaches us. And it's not a moral failing. It's not, and it is physiological. My spiritual perspective is it's not the disease that I think a lot of addicts can lean on. When when you're addicted to something, it can be easy to say, I'm an addict. I'm always going to be this way.
But if you're saying that all the time, does that just reinforce that that's who you are?
It does.
And that's kind of negative, right? That's
Absolutely.
what I think. Yeah.
Because it still creates that pathway of, I'm going to use this substance no matter what because I'm addicted. Like, and we account for relapse in recovery programs for sure. But to understand the impulse behind the need for the substance does a lot for our psyche and our ability to choose something different with that awareness. So I would, encourage a lot of self-compassion for people who are so down and desperate and feeling that kind of low.
Stop beating yourself up. Have compassion on yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because if we're beating ourselves up, we are the first obstacle in that path to healing. If we can have just a little bit of grace for ourselves, if we can find just a little bit of that forgiveness for ourselves, self-compassion for ourselves, it keeps that door cracked a little bit so that the light can continue to get in. And we can find that book, we can find that podcast, we can find that YouTube video, we can find the cat.
The answers come. Yeah.
The answers come.
Yeah.
And if we can just be a little bit brave and a little bit self-compassionate, then we can navigate our way out of that dark space for sure. And everybody has the potential to do that. I don't think that anybody is ever a lost cause.
No, nobody's a lost cause.
Nobody is a lost
cause. And when people say that, like, don't say that because there's hope for everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
And I feel that way. About the unhoused population too. Like, people are so quick to write them off, to not understand the pain that brought them to these
something triggered that they just gave up on everything, right?
Yeah.
And they weren't that, because I remember once I was in a coffee shop talking to a homeless man, and he was like a scientist. He was wealthy, he had houses and everything. And something happened. Well, he said it was a woman. It's like a country song. A lot of the guys say it's a woman, right? A woman did it to me. I'm sitting here homeless now. She took everything. I read that story quite a bit. Yeah. Now I know why they wrote that country song. But yeah, just talking to him, I realized that, you know what? You are a beautiful person, and you still hope. And he goes, no, I'm 57. My life is over. You're only 57.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to feel hopeless. So talking to him actually really helped me to realize that, don't do this to yourself. Don't beat yourself up, because, it could be any one of us could end up homeless tomorrow if we continue to beat ourselves up and don't have hope.
It makes our awareness of all the situations that are out there even more pivotal, because it's a co-creation,
right,
of our pain and our ability to deal with it or handle it.
Right.
But the systems in place that, aren't conducive to supporting people in pain. Like, there's so many ways to be kicked at your lowest in the world. And again, that is certainly a stepping stone in eventual healing. But we have a lot of systems in our society and in our culture that makes it harder on people than what is necessary.
Right.
So having our awareness of their situations can help at least hopefully improve the systems, so that when people do need support and they need that helping hand out, because everybody needs it sometime.
Do you think that some people give to the homeless, some people don't? Some people think it's a con, and some people are out there conning. And then I feel like you should listen to your intuition. Absolutely. If there's someone that, they're really in need and they really need something at that time. An example for me is I was going to church with my friend. And while we were going to church, there was a homeless man out there. And I said, well, do you want to come to church? And he goes, yeah, but he was falling asleep in the service. There was a chance for him to get some rest. So anyway, we took him out later to a restaurant and we bought him some things he needed and stuff, and then said goodbye. And then I always said, oh, what happened to him? And then all of a sudden I was in Whitby. And this guy comes, he goes, Beverly! And I go, what? Who are you? He looked different, right? Yeah. Beard, really like scruffy and stuff. And I go, Robert. And he goes, yes. And so we went to Booster Juice together. He goes, I will never forget you.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yes.
You gave me love. You invited me to church. You did this. You were so kind, right? And I thought, well, you know what? Don't just knock off the homeless. Like, you know what? Sometimes if you listen to that intuition, there's some really good homeless guys out there. And Robert was actually very wealthy. And I talked to another homeless man. I would ask homeless men, like, because they all sort of know each other.
Yeah.
Have you seen Robert? Do you know Robert? He goes, oh, yeah, he's a guy that was really rich. And his girlfriend took everything.
He's told the story.
Oh, yeah. It's gotten around, right? But they all said how wonderful Robert is as a human being and how he gives to the other homeless and stuff, right? And I remember one day I was in church and there was this guy who's homeless. So he's sitting in the back corner aisle. He doesn't come anymore. I don't know what happened to him. And so I used to say, like, oh, have a great day. And he goes, yeah, I got to go take another homeless person for a coffee. I'm going to do this. So I thought, oh, I'm going to donate to his cause, right? Whenever I see him. And I'd always see he goes, you know what? God is using me. That's why I'm homeless, because I am helping the other homeless people. And, I haven't seen this guy for like a year now. I don't know what happened to him because he was always at church. So, God bless him. I just hope he's okay. But, I just thought, look at this homeless man going out of his way to help other homeless people. Like,
there's that law of attraction again, because we can't help everybody.
No.
And there are certainly times when you've looked at people and want to help, but there's also a feeling in there that says, not at this time.
Right.
Or I can't right now.
Right.
But then you can see other people, and at that time and at that place, in that right time in that right place, those vibrations match.
Yes.
And the helper in you sees the helper in him. And you guys help each other. And then that help expanded.
Right.
Expanded outside of that conversation and that experience. Which, again, is, it's like a sweet spot of our law of attraction and manifesting is when we can connect with those experiences and it branches out like that goodwill, that healing, that positivity expands. And that's where life gets really delicious.
Right. I love it. I love the word sweet and I love the word delicious. And I got cravings now. Yeah, no, that's great. Well, you know what? I want to really thank you for being with us today and, educating me on patterns and, showing us that, that it is possible to change. And there's all these different things that you can look into, like not to have a closed mind to different, I know some people, I go to different events, different classes and church and stuff. And one place is against the other place. This place is against this place. And I'm like, I'm just going to take what I need from both places. And I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to say, well, you're wrong because you believe this or you're wrong, because I've learned that I can take wisdom from both.
Yes.
And then it's up to me. So I'm not judging any religion, any philosophy. I'm looking into everything and giving it a chance so that I can educate myself, so I can heal myself.
Yes.
And I feel like when I look back in my diaries and journals, I've come so far just by keeping an open mind. So, so cheers. Don't close your mind. And do you have anything else you'd like to say to our audience today?
Oh, I'm just so appreciative of the opportunity to have this conversation. And
it was really good.
Yeah, I loved it. This is my first ever experience with podcast. So you made
you're brilliant. You're brilliant. So we really appreciate it. Well, cheers to you, Rose. And if people wanted to get in touch with you, how would they? Do you have a website or anything?
I no longer have a website, but they can look me up, Rose Birt. I have a Facebook, I have Instagram. My email is transitionsreiki.ca@gmail.com. And I have different meditation groups on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Is it online or live?
The Tuesday one is online.
Okay.
And the Thursday one is connected with the Northview Library branch at Oshawa.
Oh, nice.
It is free. It's open to the community. They have a registration, and I
What time does that start?
That's 6:30 on Thursday.
Wow.
6:30 to 7:30.
That's nice.
And
Wow.
I have a reputation of saying, even if you don't register, come anyways.
Oh. Yeah, they can register later.
They can register later. It's a big room. Not everybody who registers shows up every week. So we probably have an average of 15 to 20 people each week.
I find meditation so good.
It is
so amazing. It's helped me so much. Yeah.
And our group is phenomenal, like just truly phenomenal. It's such a supportive place.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So yeah, you can look me up online. Mm-hmm. And also at Abundance in Whitby on Mondays and Thursdays doing walk-in readings.
Wow. Wow. And wow, that's amazing. What's Abundance?
Abundance, Pauline's shop, Abundance.
Oh, okay. And that's kind of hidden away, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The Four Corners in Whitby, it's sort of like hidden behind there.
Yeah. It's on Dundas, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little bit hidden away.
Yeah. So you guys got to look for it. You got to search for what you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, cheers and thank you for being with us today.
My pleasure.
We're grateful and thank you for sharing your knowledge and your experience with our audience. And we're so appreciative. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us today. Rose, that was amazing. I can't believe that, just listening to you and talking to you, you helped me realize my own patterns that I need to change and that I didn't even realize some of the things by talking to you that I was doing over and over again, but in a different way. So I want to thank you so much for helping me on my healing process. And I hope our audience got a lot out of you sharing your knowledge and your wisdom. And you know what? Let's go follow up with her meditations at the library. How cool is that? A free meditation with Rose. Also, I think it would be worth our while to maybe book a session with her. She is amazing. So thank you so much. And we love you, Rose, and we wish you the very best.